Thankfully, we have joining us former CIA operations officer Clare Lopez. Clare, how seriously should Americans take this threat about this growing number of female recruits to ISIS?
Well, Governor, it's a real pleasure to be with you. And I think we need to take the threat very seriously. What we're looking at is a phenomenon of individual jihad. And in that sense, what we're talking about is the call to Muslims within our population already living among us to take that next step of devotion on the pathway to jihad. Now, the draw for men as well as for women is to be part of something historic, part of something that fulfills the hopes and dreams of hundreds of millions of Muslims around the world, and that's the recreation of the caliphate, which had been abolished back in the beginning of the 20th century. And so there are other motivations as well. Some of these young women think that they're going off for romance, for adventure. But the bottom line is that these are devout Muslims, some of them converts, who want to be part of something big.
And Clare, hearing your take on this is so valuable for America because of your background, all of your expertise. Your perspective on this is really important. I would like to know specifically, in your opinion, again, about the women. ISIS and many in the Middle East, they treat women horribly. And a lot of these young ladies being attracted to this, they're not stupid. What is it that they're thinking when you consider how horribly they're going to be treated?
I think they really don't know that, or they don't believe that. They do believe the propaganda that's pushed out over social media, the Facebook pages, the Twitter accounts, and every other Instagram and everything else. They really think that they are going off to fulfill their destiny as Muslims, to be part of building the new caliphate. That's what they're answering. That's the call they're answering to jihad. And then again, as I said, some of them are lured by promises of romance and wonderful lives. And adventure. Those are also motivations. But the bottom line is these are Muslim women hoping to be part of something historic.
We talked the other day about it looking like Turkey will pledge to fight ISIS. They're going to do more. We know that that is important. Why specifically is it important, though, for Turkey? More importantly, why don't we get more involved and destroy these executioners hell-bent on jihad and the caliphate?
Well, Governor, I would take a little bit of a different perspective on this one, too. And that is that in the region that we used to call Syria, used to call Iraq, you have the continuation of what is now over a 1,300-year conflict, intra-Islamic sectarian conflict between Sunni jihadis and Shiite jihadis. The entrance of Turkey into this field of battle has more to do with its objectives of overthrowing Bashar al-Assad and his Damascus regime than it does any interests of ours, which would be more to the point of destroying the global jihad movement. Now, the fact that Turkey is allowing the United States to use air bases is a good thing, to take off from those air bases in Turkey and mount airstrikes against the Islamic State in the former Syria. However, I think what we need to understand is that on the other side of this conflict is the Islamic Republic of Iran with the Khomeinist regime in Tehran. And anything that we do in this battle to tip the balance to one side or the other is to help one set of jihadis who hate us against another set of jihadis who hate us. Where we need to focus our effort, I think, is supporting our friends and allies in the region. Number one, that means Israel. It also means Jordan, and I would say the Kurds. Helping the oppressed Christians and Yazidis and other minorities in any way we can, humanitarian aid, especially expedited visas to get out of there. But as far as taking one side or the other in this intra-Islamic sectarian fight, I don't think that's a good idea. Elsewhere in the world, where Shiites are not already squared off against the Islamic State, by all means, we go all in to help fight against the Islamic State. But there in the former Iraq and former Syria, let them fight it out, and we help our own and we help our friends.
I so appreciate learning that from you, Clare, because I heard, the other day all this hoopla about Turkey, thinking, what is the significance of that? And hear your explanation. It certainly helps clarify that.